History is a vast and intricate tapestry woven with threads of triumph and tragedy, peace and conflict. It tells the stories of empires rising and falling, of battles fought and lives lost, and of the relentless march of time. We often think of wars as long and drawn-out affairs, stretching over years, sometimes even decades, leaving deep scars on the landscape and in the hearts of people. World War II raged for 6 years, engulfing nations and reshaping the world order in its wake. The 100 Years' War, despite its name, actually lasted 116 years, a testament to the enduring nature of human conflict. But what about a war that lasted not years, not months, but a mere 38 minutes? A conflict so brief it seems almost impossible. This is the story of the Anglo-Zanzibar War, the shortest war in recorded history, a fleeting yet significant moment that stands out in the annals of warfare. The year is 1896. The British Empire, at the zenith of its power, held sway over vast territories across the globe. One such territory was the island of Zanzibar, a spice-trading hub off the coast of East Africa. Zanzibar, known for its cloves and exotic beauty, had long been under British influence. The Sultanate of Zanzibar, nominally independent, was in practice a British protectorate. The seeds of conflict were sown in 1890 when Sultan Hamad bin Tuwaini, seen as amenable to British interests, ascended to the Zanzibari throne. His rise to power marked a significant moment in the history of Zanzibar as the British sought to solidify their influence in the region. However, his reign was short-lived, lasting only a few years. Upon his death in 1896, his cousin, Sultan Khalid bin Bargash, seized power in a bold move that shocked many. This act of defiance infuriated the British, who had favoured a more pliable ruler in Hamoud bin Mohammed. The British saw Khalid's actions as a direct challenge to their authority and influence in Zanzibar. An ultimatum was issued. Khalid must relinquish his claim or face the consequences. The stage was set for a dramatic confrontation that would shape the future of Zanzibar. At precisely 9 a.m. on August 27, 1896, as the ultimatum expired, the British fleet, anchored in Zanzibar's harbour, unleashed its might. The tension that had been building up for days finally erupted into a full-scale bombardment. The British warships, with their cannons primed and ready, began their relentless assault on the Sultan's palace. Shells rained down on the Sultan's palace. The deafening roar of cannon fire echoed across the harbour, sending plumes of smoke and debris into the air. The once majestic palace, a symbol of the Sultan's power, was now under siege. Zanzibari loyalists, ill-prepared for such an onslaught, mounted a feeble defence. Armed with outdated weapons and limited resources, they stood little chance against the superior firepower of the British fleet. Their efforts, though valiant, were ultimately in vain. Within minutes, the Sultan's palace was reduced to rubble, his artillery silenced. The destruction was swift and absolute, leaving no room for retaliation. The once formidable stronghold lay in ruins, a testament to the overwhelming might of the British forces. The Sultan himself fled, seeking refuge in the German consulate. His escape marked the end of his reign and the beginning of a new era for Zanzibar. The sight of the Sultan fleeing his palace was a poignant reminder of the shifting tides of power. The flag of the Sultanate was lowered. The symbolic act of lowering the flag signified the end of the Sultan's rule and the beginning of British dominance in the region. It was a moment of both triumph and sorrow as the island's sovereignty was surrendered. The war, if one could call it that, was over. The brief conflict had ended almost as quickly as it had begun, leaving a lasting impact on the island and its people. The British soldiers stood by, their mission accomplished, as the dust settled over the battlefield. It had lasted a mere 38 minutes. In that short span of time, the fate of Zanzibar had been irrevocably altered. The brevity of the conflict was a stark contrast to the profound changes it brought about. The Anglo-Zanzibar War, brief and decisive, serves as a stark reminder of the disparities in power during the age of colonialism. The overwhelming superiority of the British forces highlighted the vast technological and military gap between the colonizers and the colonized. It underscores the might of the British Empire at its peak and the vulnerability of smaller states caught in the crosshairs of imperial ambition. The war was a clear demonstration of how easily a powerful empire could impose its will on a smaller nation. The war, though a footnote in the grand narrative of history, offers valuable insights into a bygone era, an era when the sun never set on the British Empire. It serves as a poignant reminder of the far-reaching consequences of colonialism and the enduring legacy of those tumultuous times.